what's going on behind me is it's a celebration of the launch of the National Institute for Experimental Arts and the inauguration of our project Hothouse, which is all about looking at urban sustainability from an artist and designer's perspective, but looking at how the arts can actually collaborate with engineering disciplines, with science, technology, a whole range of other areas to achieve sustainability targets.
Fundamentally, I think that the most sustainable thing we can do, the basic sustainable thing we can do, is to try not to rebuild everything. So use what's existing as an arbiter for what happens next. So rather than flattening the ground again and starting again, using existing buildings as the beginning of the next series of structures. And also to take all the bad buildings, bad meaning their footprint is too high, and refitting them. Go higher if it means that you can build a new solar collector on the building. Go higher, go wider if it means you can connect to another building for reasons other than just pure commercial need. Maybe just to get people, to bridge people to another part of the city without taking them down onto the street. Now these sorts of negotiations mean that urban planning has to have instruments that allow it to do that.
The sustainable city has really got two pieces. One of them is the fact that the city has got an enormous amount of data that it really wants to offer up to us, because the more data it can offer to us, the better and more successful we can be as we live in the city. And actually, the city can offer us specific data that allows it to tune its own sustainability. So the city offers us the right data that gets us to amend our own behavior. So that's one half of it. The other half of it is that we need to realize that the city is a social network just as much as Facebook or Twitter is, and we have to build the right tools that allow us to plug into each other in the buildings we live in the streets we live in the suburbs we live in, so that we can reap the benefit of collective action, collective knowledge.
I think there's a big trend now away from artists working in studios on their own to artists who are really interested in working with economists and sociologists and all sorts of different disciplines to really contribute to conversations about how we make our cities greener, more local food production, more connected.
There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. People are making headway. They're trying to do things like save water by putting in, water-saving devices in the home, heating-saving devices, and better thermodynamics in the houses and so forth. But so much of that stuff's invisible. When we make artworks, what we do is we make a few of these things visible in the artworks, and that signals that these things are going on deeper down in the roots of society, and that's really my job as an artist as I see it at the moment.
I think the main thing is actually to tell, not to tell, but to create a dialogue with someone to actually to mobilize his kind of consciousness about how the environment is evolving. There's good things and bad things, but somehow everyone should invent his own solutions to it.
We can redirect the nature of the city in so many different ways, so it is more capable of sustaining its population into the future. So we've actually developed a kind of a way of talking about that and exploring that by taking the idea of retrofitting and taking it up to an urban scale where you talk about metrofitting. In other words, where you retrofit the city. You change how it uses energy. You change the working day. You change what people wear. You change how people live. You change the nature of education. You deal with the kind of risk that the city faces. And this is a big program, and it's a program that you would plan over 2, 3, 4, 5 decades. So it's thinking in a different kind of way.